Saleh's departure.
Mr. President, if you love your country and care for its unity, and if you are genuine about preventing bloodshed, go. Nobody wants you. You will eventually have to go.
We are in a situation where the government and the protesters stand their ground. President Saleh has offered a reform package, but these people are telling him that this extraordinary build-up in anti-government momentum is a clear message to him that he has to go and that he has to do that now. In what could be a significant blow to President Saleh, one of his main allies, powerful cleric Abdelmajid Zindani has joined the anti-government protesters. Zindani told the crowd that the fall of what he described as repressive regimes in the Arab world is a prelude to a new era where Islamic rule will prevail.
Is this the beginning of what will be the divinely guided Islamic caliphate? Let us hope so. To you I want to say, you have embarrassed all the generations that came before you for what you are about to do.
The atmosphere here is festive and defiant. Demonstrators chanting in one voice, Saleh has to leave. Not far from here, a parallel demonstration of Saleh's loyalists waving flags and brandishing his posters. They say they are ready to fight to death for their leader, raising the prospect of a protracted standoff in a country beset by internal conflicts. Hashim Al-Bara, AlJazeera, Sana'a.
Still ahead on the programme. Growing discontent in Kyrgyzstan as the government struggles to get a grip on the economy. And 1 week on, New Zealand remembers the victims of the earthquake that rocked the city of Christchurch.
As the rain pours over Johannesburg, we'll keep your spirits up.
Hello again. Well, for South America, we have seen widespread rains over the past couple of months and many places have been reporting flooding. This does include in the west of our map here, out of this area of cloud here. You can see the clouds have continued to bring us rain over the last 24 hours or so. These are the pictures we're now seeing out of La Paz in Bolivia. You can see the road here has been really badly destroyed by a mudslide. There's the road there just going all the way through the hillside. The whole hill just collapsed. Now, over the next couple of days, there are going to be yet more outbreaks of rain, and again some of them are going to be very heavy, but I think the wetter weather this time is going to be a little bit further towards the east. It'll be in the northeastern parts of Brazil and also down towards Rio. To the south of that, for Buenos Aires, it should be dry. Temperatures here getting to around 29 degrees, so really quite a hot day. As we head towards the southern parts of Africa, the wet weather really hasn't moved over the past couple of days. Very heavy downpours there across many parts of Madagascar, then across into Mozambique, and then a few showers working their way down towards Angola as well. To the south of that, it's largely fine and dry. So for Cape Town, we'll get to around 29 degrees, a hot day there. And Durban getting to around 30, but then it's usually hot and humid here. Further north, there's lots of wet weather currently making its way across parts of Pakistan and Afghanistan as well.
Qatar Airways, world's 5-star airline.
All the news, all the time. AlJazeera.net/English.
Malaysia has created amongst the world's greenest, most cost-efficient buildings and constructed the most futuristic Formula One racing circuits. Discover Malaysia's service excellence at the Malaysia Services Exhibition Abu Dhabi. Register with Matrade.
On the next Riz Khan Show, as social revolution sweeps through the Middle East, how marginalized has the US become and how will this affect its future role in the region? Riz Khan at this time on Al Jazeera.
Welcome back. Reminder of the top stories here on Al Jazeera. Libyans in Nalut fear pro-Gaddafi forces are preparing to attack in an effort to retake the town. Residents say heavily armed paramilitary forces are camping on the outskirts of Nalut, which is southwest of the capital Tripoli. Skirmishes have broken out on the Tunisia-Libya border between people fleeing Libya and border guards. Tunisian security forces have been overwhelmed by the number of people trying to cross into the country at Ras Ajdir. And Yemen's President Ali Abdullah Saleh has blamed Israel and the United States for the unrest in his country and the Arab world. A senior Yemeni cleric has become the latest high-profile leader to join the anti-government movement. Let's take a look now at some of the other protests in the region. In Yemen's neighbour, Oman, troops have fired into the air to break up anti-government protests in the city of Sohar. It's the fourth day of protests there. At least one person was killed on Saturday. Sultan Qaboos bin Said, who's been in power for 4 decades, has promised more jobs and better unemployment benefits. Security is reported to be tight in Iran, where opposition groups are demonstrating against the detention of their leaders Mir Hossein Mousavi and Mehdi Karoubi, the two have been under house arrest for more than 2 weeks for illegally organising protests. It's been reported that the security forces have moved them to an unknown location, but the authorities have denied this. And there are protests being held in Jordan, where mass rallies are also being planned for Friday. A reform group has published a declaration called the Constitutional Monarchy Initiative online. They want King Abdullah to give up many of his powers. In Zimbabwe, anti-government protesters had called on people to join a million citizen march on Tuesday, demanding that President Mugabe step down. But few appear to have turned out. In recent days, more than 40 opposition activists who met in Zimbabwe have been arrested and charged with treason. They were detained while attending a lecture on the anti-government protests in the Middle East and have been accused of plotting an Egyptian-style uprising. The group has denied any wrongdoing. Jonah Hull has more from neighbouring South Africa.
The day has got off to a relatively calm, relatively normal start. Things are calm and quiet in downtown Harare. Relatively, I say, because I'm also told that since Saturday there have been sightings of an increased security presence throughout the capital, armoured cars on patrol sighted, water cannon parked down side streets, riot police on patrol, roadblocks, and even on Monday night, I'm told, people were told by the police to go home early, a sort of informal curfew, but no sign at all of any organised gathering in any numbers, certainly not the million citizens called for to march in Harare in an email campaign that's been going around for the last week or two. This is the email that's gone out. It's been received in Zimbabwe and here in South Africa, where of course many hundreds of thousands of Zimbabweans live in exile. The email calls for the million citizen march. It's dubbed Egypt-style protest spread from Tunisia to Zimbabwe. Time Tuesday, 11 a.m. until Mugabe's resignation, a clear call for something like the popular uprisings in Tunisia and Egypt to take place in Zimbabwe.
Jonah Hull reporting there. Police in the Democratic Republic of Congo have arrested more than 30 people after an attempted coup. Up to 60 armed men attacked the president's house on Sunday, killing 7 people. Leader Joseph Kabila wasn't at home at the time. Fighting spread to a nearby army base before the Republican Guard put down the attack. Kyrgyzstan is facing another spring of discontent as its new government struggles to get a grip on the economy. Food prices are soaring, unemployment is